I also welcome the staff of the Hungarian law enforcement agencies, and a special welcome goes to the management board of the CEPOL. So they first came as guests to Budapest, and then they leave as the host of this event. So thank you very much. I thank you all for accepting our invitation to this inauguration ceremony of the CEPOL headquarters. For Hungary, it's more than inauguration. It's an important event, paramount event, because we joined the European Union in 2004, and this is the first EU institution that has its headquarters, its seat in Budapest, in Hungary. This is a result of a multiple effort, a joint effort. In 2012, when the United Kingdom declared that they are not offering further on the seat for the CEPOL, there was a call for a competition, and we wanted to be part of this competition so that the seats at the headquarters be here in Hungary. The JAI Council on October 8, 2013 put it on its agenda to discuss our application together with other countries' application, and it's a great pleasure for me to share with you that following a long discussion, the Council voted unanimously for Budapest, and this is the result. Here we are, we sit here together and inaugurate this headquarters. However, this wasn't not a smooth way. The permanent representation, the Libe Commission, had multiple series of discussions until 2014. In February, finally, Libe Commission approved, and then in April, also the Parliament approved it at its plenary session. At that time, there was a listed building standing here in the heart of the city. In April 2014, we started to work on it, and as a result of our efforts, this center was built just as it is, just as you can see it. We are in the very heart of the town in a listed building, but the building, as you can see yourself, so internally is satisfying the requirements, the needs of our ages, and it's offering an excellent working condition for the staff. It is a high-tech building, state-of-the-art equipment. So it is not only the accommodation which is offered by us, but we also offer 10 years of use of this building for free of charge, and we also help the staff and their family members with their staying in Hungary. We concluded a service provision agreement with the director of the CEPOL. Thus, we incorporated in the provision of law our cooperation. I am sure that for 10 years, while we offer this location, the working environment and the family support free of charge, that will be a great deal of help for everyone. This location is going to be the proper place for the useful and fruitful work. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Banfi, please allow me to symbolically hand over the building to you by handing over this key.
Honored guests, dear members of the press, I'm very happy to welcome you to the CEPOL new headquarters in Budapest. This event is not intended to be only a one-off ribbon-cutting ceremony, but carries a symbolic value, the acknowledgement of the need for the autonomous European law enforcement training agency, the European Police College. First of all, I would like to thank the European Parliament and the Council of Ministers for not only for the selection of the beautiful city of Budapest as the new seat of CEPOL, but also for their commitment to provide a renewed mandate to our agency in the near future. I would like to pay particular tribute to the Hungarian government for providing CEPOL with close and effective support during our relocation and with this state-of-the-art headquarters building. Our wonderful new offices in fly classical style and yet equipped with the most modern technology in the heart of Budapest will enable us to deliver our services according to the highest international standards for the coming years. I would like to thank the European Commission for its support in making our move to Budapest in a timely manner. I would also like to express my thanks and appreciation to the United Kingdom for hosting CEPOL for several years. The United Kingdom has always given us their frank and fair cooperation at all times and contributed significantly to our smooth relocation. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I see this building as an alma mater of the European law enforcement community, providing access to skills, knowledge, and police science for those officials who are taking part in cross-border cooperation in the fight against serious and organized crime. From Budapest, CEPOL will continue to deliver its modest contribution to the message at the heart of the European Union, the construction of a common space of freedom, security, and justice. Fundamental changes occurred in the past 15 years in the EU security architecture. The Lisbon Treaty, an internal security strategy, or a policy cycle on international serious and organized crime, just to name a few. These developing are having a significant impact on how the EU tackles internal security and its internal aspects via law enforcement training. Crime in the 21st century can only be countered by cross-border cooperation with police, customs, border guards, and other authorities working closely together. Officials must be properly trained and their cooperation cemented by mutual trust. This is the mission CEPOL contributes to. 2014 proved to be a challenging year for our agency. We not only met our set goals for the year, but we exceed them. Therefore, I would like to thank CEPOL staff, the agency's greatest asset, for their great job and commitment, which allow for business continuity under the stressful professional and sometimes even personal circumstances. My heartfelt gratitude goes out to them, as well as to the members of the CEPOL network in the member states. However, while we are happy that crucial part of the removal phase is now over and the agency has a new home, challenges still remain. A new regulation reforming the mission of the agency may broaden the scope of the CEPOL mandate and enable it to further support, develop, deliver, and coordinate learning and training activities for law enforcement officials all rank. The European Union Commission communication on the European Law Enforcement Training Scheme opens the door to greater, more structured cross-border cooperation in the fight against crime through learning and training. CEPOL is therefore at the crossroad again. New challenges require new responses at the service of the core values of the European Union. We sincerely hope that firm foundations will be laid to ensure a balance between the CEPOL's revised mandate and allocated resources with an eye to the application of new technologies so fundamental for law enforcement training today. Dear ladies and gentlemen, CEPOL is responsible for the large number of activities implemented primarily by the network of national training institutes of the member states. Our network is the driving power and the guarantee that our courses, seminars, conferences or exchange programs are qualitative. Thousands of participants confirm the high quality of our training years after years. At the same time, we need to build on the achievements and develop further our learning offers to further satisfy the legitimate expectations of the CEPOL stakeholders. A few words must be spent on the importance of the partnership in the context of the European law enforcement training. Justice and Home Affairs agencies opened a new chapter in cooperation by harmonizing annual work programs and implementing joint activities. This is the trend we are firmly committed to support and realize. It is also very important for the security of the Union that close relations are developed between the EU and immediate neighbors and beyond. CEPOL continues to build strong ties to potential candidates, and strategic partners. The European Police College exchange program and the CEPOL webinars are only few of the examples by which CEPOL facilitates the exchange of best practices and knowledge in this area. We look forward to taking partnership even further. Honored guests, dear members of the press, in the words of Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world. These words are so much relevant until this day, and we must be able to translate them into concrete strategic objectives, as be able to translate and to put in practice. Investing in law enforcement education and training is a necessity, not a luxury. While the seeds are being sowed and the fruits can already be enjoyed, we must not forget this is a long-term investment that requires vision and courage. This has been the historical role of the CEPOL and its partners in the member states. This is what we wish to continue doing from our new home in Budapest. Thank you for your kind attention.
Dear Minister, dear Director Caro Ferri, if I may say so, it's a particular pleasure to be here today, also at personal level, to address you, the distinguished guests, and I would say in particular the staff of CEPOL in the new premises of the agency on behalf of the European Commission. It is a great moment to find ourselves in this beautiful building with the agency eventually fully operational and counting almost all its staff in Budapest. We know the relocation is a major achievement given the circumstances and the time frame given for the move. In this context, I have to first congratulate CEPOL's director, Mr. Banfi, who put everything in place and who acted as a wonderful chef d'orchestre, planning with very much methodically each and every step of this relocation, taking care of its staff members as much as of the implementation by the agency of its work program and training. Ferry has been a personal pleasure to work together during these last difficult months. This relocation is also, I would say, a wonderful example of good cooperation between the EU and member states. The success of this arrangement certainly is found between the two hosts of CEPOL, its previous host, United Kingdom, that I would like to thank on behalf of the European Commission for the tremendous work done in the last year, but also for the understanding and collaboration during this period of transition, and its current host, of course, Hungary. But with us, with the European Commission, together. So by acting together, by supporting this move collectively, we can congratulate ourselves today of having CEPOL happily operating from this new, beautiful headquarters. The last, but probably the most important credit, without any doubts, go to CEPOL staff. And I see all colleagues here around this beautiful building, because they make every day the success of the agency. In this context, I'm particularly happy that almost all of his staff follow the agency to its new location. We did, from the European Commission side, our utmost to extend the provision granted to the staff under the current staff regulation in the context of staff mobility to the very maximum. And we are really pleased to see that almost all of you are now here in Budapest. Finally, the relocation to the new headquarters represents also a new beginning for CEPOL. Not only will the agency have the chance to operate from this new beautiful building, but also it will hopefully soon benefit on a brand new legal basis. The proposal for regulation that the Commission has tabled in July is meant to give reassurances to CEPOL and to the staff of CEPOL, to the future prospect of the agency in Budapest, but also to build on the success of CEPOL and equip it, hopefully, with the means to implement the law enforcement training scheme. So, let's congratulate all of us, all of you today. Let's continue together on this important work on law enforcement European training, as it is a precondition for developing a common law enforcement culture and enhancing mutual trust and cooperation. Thank you very much, and good luck for the new CEPOL.